NBA 2K League Draft. We hear from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
It's already a big part of our culture, and now here we are.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
The NBA postseason is here! Wow. About time. Welcome, everybody. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports, as you can tell. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. Checking out the 76ers, their goal tonight is to play with the same type of effort at both ends of the court. They can't afford to let up at the defensive end, and that's a message I'm sure has been communicated to them in the locker room. What we've all been waiting for, 16 hopeful clubs making it through the regular season tonight, round one, game one. Shaq, what changes, if any, will teams make now that they have reached the playoffs?
Well, maybe some adjustments based on matchups. Mostly stick with what you got here, Ernie.
Dance with the girl you brung, or that brung you. Dance
Right.
with the whatever. Isn't that the way they used to say that?
That's the
And
way
don't
you
bring
used to say
sand
it.
to the Bahamas. All that stuff.
Don't bring sand to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Right.
Kenny, how about you?
Well, playoffs are generally require half-court offense. So you got to be able to play it and raise your intensity, and you don't bring sand to Miami either.
Well said. Right. Kevin.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Round one, Eastern Conference, the NBA playoffs. The 76ers enter a new domain where the regular season fades away and the immediate challenge comes into focus as they try to take the upper hand against the Heat. Round one, game one, the NBA playoffs, coming up next.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Philadelphia 76ers preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. So here's Miami's starting group. Dragic is out there with Tyler Johnson. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Johnson in at the four-man position. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Back to Dragic. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Now the dish to Whiteside. The feed now to Johnson. Richardson the pass to Johnson. Sinks the three-pointer. Johnson's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for the Heat.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
And you know, Greg, that's what you like to see, grabbing hold of the lead right now, right away.
Yes, that goes in.
Excellent precision and focus from Simmons. Feeling nobody can guard him down on the block, and he's right most of the time.
And stolen by Simmons. The finish, and then Simmons slams it in.
And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Johnson dishes to Dragic. For three, Richardson. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Miami on defense. Redick with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. Now let's send it over to D.A., who was able to talk with Coach Brett Brown.
He said he thinks his team is in a good place mentally and should come out strong tonight. Coach told me, we know this is the kind of moment where heroes are made, and GOATs as well. All eyes are going to be on us, and I told our guys that this is our time to shine. Well, we'll see if they can do that, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Johnson outside. Back to Dragic. Here's Richardson. Richardson missing again. Heat on D. Simmons with it. From 11 feet away, here's Johnson. Miami grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Richardson, good.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
And Simmons kicks to Covington. They set the pick. Screen by Saric. And Redick, here we go. Simmons passes to Redick. Covington in the corner. A three-pointer is right on target.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
And it's Whiteside, that time on the assist by Dragic.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Unloads from 13. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
You know, you look at Johnson, he's in that upper echelon when you talk about offensive rebounders, so you've got to account for him.
Whiteside, Saric grabs the board. The 76ers lead. Knocked away. It's stolen by Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And a new group in for the Heat. Olynyk, he's checked in for Whiteside. Luke Babbitt comes in for Johnson. Winslow's checked in for Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Johnson. Ilyasova a screen. Ilyasova a screen on Winslow. Anderson kicks to Holmes. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And so here is Miami, trailing by 2. T. Wade on the wing. Bellinelli is covering. Wade dishes to Dragic. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Dragic has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And, you know, guys, Wade is a terrific teammate, always willing to give up the ball and share the sugar, if you will, especially when his teammate is wide open.
And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. .52 seconds left to play in the first. Dragic comes with the double team. Ilyasova passes to Anderson. And the 76ers get it back. Holmes can't get it to go in. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And the basket by Olynyk.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Wade. And now Winslow pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Yeah, getting there is before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
And Bellinelli kicks to McConnell. The pass to Holmes. Bellinelli dishes to Anderson. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk.
Yeah, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
Here's Fultz. And too long on the shot.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And that does it for the first quarter. Heat lead by 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
And we welcome you back to our presentation of Game 1. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Heat.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the 76ers, Anderson is out there with Ilyasova. And there's Fultz, then there's Bellinelli, and it's Holmes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Fultz. Bellinelli passes to Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That'll be his second foul of the game. We're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Now here's Fultz. Wade is covering. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Robert Covington's checked in for Justin Anderson. Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Passes to Ellington. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Pass to Adebayo. Ellington kicks to Olynyk. Adebayo passes to Johnson. Winslow dishes to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. From beyond the arc. And here's Olynyk from the arc. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Yeah, listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination.
The 76ers trail by 8. Fultz kicks to Bellinelli. Pass to Ilyasova. Olynyk with the steal. Jumps up. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Timeout called the 76ers.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Some changes here for the 76ers. Johnson, he's checked in for Richaun Holmes. Saric comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Ben Simmons in for Bellinelli. Whiteside's checked in for the Heat. Josh Richardson comes in for Justice Winslow. And the basket is good. And now it's a 12-point Heat lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Simmons. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Hassan Whiteside.
I tell you what, when Simmons is taking it strong to the rack, he's looking for the contact and the foul. I love his aggressiveness.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Simmons.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Fultz. And he makes the first but misses the second. Here's Miami now. They're on a 9-1 run. That one goes. Count it. 7 points for Johnson.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Simmons. That shot off. The Heat go the other way with it, and they're on the break. Here's Whiteside. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another Heat check, another log on the fire.
Well, they're scorching right now. I mean, the defense has to be concerned. Nothing they're doing is stopping this run.
And, guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear. He's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D. That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Goes up, and the jam by Whiteside.
And Hassan Whiteside in this deep, forget about it, Kevin. I mean, he's great at getting inside and finishing with force.
So it's Philadelphia now. It's a 14-point game. Covington a screen on Johnson. And Simmons kicks to Redick. And stolen by Ellington. And here we go. Fast break. Ellington's got the ball. Using his post move to get the 2 points. And the Heat lead by 16.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Dragic in for Johnson. Richardson kicks to Johnson. Dishes it to Babbitt. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Richardson with the screen on Redick. 6 to shoot. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
And defensively, you've got to recognize that threat and make the correction.
At the elbow, it's Šarić. He kicks it to Simmons. Shoots over Dragic. The 76ers again can't hit it. Feeds it to Babbitt. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his first personal foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That one is off. And some changes here for the 76ers. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Bellinelli comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Johnson. And Miami also making a switch. Wade's checked in. And he can't hit the second. The 76ers trail by 18. And Bellinelli kicks to Simmons. Poked away. And it's the Heat on the break. Dragic is running. And slam dunk by Johnson.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Miami ahead, just dominating this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat. How do you get some energy for the second half?
You just got to go with the people that have energy. I feel like we are not the aggressors. We have to do whatever we're going to do through our defense, and so far it's been poor.
Brett, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. This arena is jam-packed, and the energy is contagious. So keep your distance. Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. For the Heat, boy, have they ever started this series off on the right foot. They've thrown down the gauntlet here in Game 1 with their intensity and effectiveness on both ends of the floor. Now, they've got a little bit of an intimidation factor going into the second half. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game. And that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA. Over.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
And we welcome you back to our coverage of Round 1 in the NBA playoffs. Without question, Kelly Olynyk displaying his skills today.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
And welcome back to the NBA playoffs as we get ready to continue with this Round 1 matchup. Miami leading by 20. Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. We've got Josh Richardson. Whiteside is out there with James Johnson. Then there's Dragic, and it's Johnson in at the 2 spot. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
He has really shot the ball extremely well. as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Covington, a screen on Dragic. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Dragic, and it's Dragic with the foul. That's his first foul. It's Redick on the wing. Here's the three. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 6 points for J.J. Redick.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Simmons against Dragic. He dishes it to Whiteside. Again, the Heat, good for 2.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The 76ers trail by 21. About 1 minute played here in the second half. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Richardson the pass to Whiteside. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Richardson for 3. They get the rebound. And the jam by Whiteside.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
And the 76ers call time here.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Hassan Whiteside really making a difference here.
And he continues to burn them with his scoring. The coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Ilyasova comes in for Šarić, and it's Fulton for Ben Simmons. Then for the Heat, Olynyk comes in for Hassan Whiteside, and it's Justin Winslow in for James Johnson. Redick for 3, and it's Miami with the rebound. Johnson attacking. Here's Richardson, so it's Richardson with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Another miss by Philadelphia. Miami's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And that one drops for him. And that's now 11 points for Kelly Olynyk.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That's his first foul. The 76ers making a switch here. Holmes checked in. Here's Fultz. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Holmes, that's a screen. Redick for 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Like seeing Redick work the screen there. Very effective at finding the room he needs to get his shot up.
Dragic dishes to Johnson. Dragic kicks to Johnson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. For 3, Richardson. Richardson missing again.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Fultz. Here's Holmes. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Holmes got 6.
Boy, I like seeing that toughness on the offensive glass. Did a nice job judging, anticipating where the miss was going, and then putting it back in. Nicely done.
Johnson, the pass to Richardson. There's Dragic with the 3. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Holmes, that's a screen. Olynyk with the steal. Here's Johnson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. Some changes for Philadelphia. Anderson, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Bellinelli comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. Then for the Heat, Adebayo is checked in for Olynyk. Luke Babbitt comes in for Josh Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Goran Dragic. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Philadelphia's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Left side Anderson. Ilyasova. No one around him. No good on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the basket by Wade.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
And Anderson kicks to Bellinelli. Stolen by Wade. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. And Wade slams it in.
Man, I like watching Wade get up for the dunk. You know, he's in the twilight of his career, but still showing how high he can get on those slams. Impressive.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Here's Adebayo. And he jams it with authority.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and taken away by Johnson. All alone, rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And so it's the Miami Heat with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Head coach Erik Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
I like the activity, guys. Active hands, active feet. They do not like it when we take it off the glass.
And obviously the approach Erik Spoelstra wants to see is that aggressive defensive approach and going after the offensive boards.
Yeah, and that persistence really pays off. When these guys are determined, that's when they are at their best.
And we're back to the action here in this round one matchup. Richaun Holmes out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Bellinelli. Then there's Anderson. And it's McConnell in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
That's 10 straight points now, all on fast breaks. They are running wild out here.
Yeah, they just haven't allowed the defense time to set up. As soon as they get it, they're running with it.
Anderson. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. And Miami shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. The pass to Magruder. Here's Adebayo. Here's Babbitt. Passes it to Magruder. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Clock at 4. And stolen by McConnell. Baseline jumper. That one falls.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
T-Wade on the wing. He's covered by McConnell. Ellington from outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Amir Johnson's checked in for Richaun Holmes, and it's Fulton for Bellinelli. And Miami also making a switch. Johnson, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Simmons dishes to Anderson. Buries it down low. Anderson's got 4 this quarter.
Man, gotta like the confidence of Anderson inside, showing excellent patience and a nice soft touch near the rim.
It's stolen by Fultz. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Anderson outside. They set the screen. Here's Simmons. The rebound by Johnson.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And, you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
McConnell kicks to Anderson. Johnson outside. McConnell passes to Simmons. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
76ers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. McConnell kicks to Simmons. Pass to McConnell. He feeds it to Simmons. And the foul on Luke Babbitt. That's his first foul. Saric checked in for Philadelphia. And Miami with a change here too. Dragic has checked in. Now, here's McConnell. He's guarded closely. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Heat?
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And that one falls from Saric. Saric nails them both. Heat have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Adebayo passes to Babbitt. Johnson in the corner. Here's Adebayo. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
A tremendous boost for these guys as this game winds down and what will be a win here in game 1 of the series for Miami.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Hassan Whiteside.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
They set the screen. Johnson with the block. Babbitt passes to Adebayo. Over Johnson. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately, the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, going to be rather flat.
.27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Dragic. To the middle. Babbitt dishes to Ellington. Kicks it to Johnson. Adebayo passes to Dragic. Pass to Adebayo. The three from Johnson misses. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Dwayne, congrats on the win. What is your outlook on the rest of this series?
Oh, it's going to be a tough series. It's going to be one of these series that's going to go down to, who gets stops, who take care of the ball and who rebounds. So, it's going to be a tough series, and, but we up for the building.
Well, you got off to a great start. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.